Created by Hemisphere Games, Osmos is a very simple game with a very simple premise. You are what I think is a galaxy floating in the nexus of space, and you want to get bigger. And the way that you accomplish this is by absorbing other galaxies. The idea of the game is that in every stage you are presented as a very small galaxy that must get bigger. And the way that you do this is by running into galaxies smaller than you, which you will then absorb and add to your massive girth. However, when moving, you let go of smaller pieces of yourself, so every time you try to change direction, you're effectively making yourself smaller. You also have the problem of galaxies that are larger than you, and anytime you touch a galaxy larger than you, they will start to absorb you. And if you lose all of your girth, well then you have to start the level over again. The game is a very fun time waster, but it's little more than that, a time waster. It can be very addicting, but I really don't find myself playing it for very much other than just playing it in small doses. The game has very little variation in its environments since everyone is taking place in the nexus of space, and while the challenge does increase with every level that you go up, you will find yourself getting bored very quickly unless this type of thing is, well, a game that you really enjoy. But me, I usually just play it during commercial breaks until a rerun of SpongeBob comes on. The control of the game can also be kind of frustrating since it's very physics-based, and you have to make very slight taps and touches on the mouse pad in order to keep your galaxy from careening off into areas you don't want it to go. Add to it when more levels start to become more and more maze-like with much larger galaxies, it becomes a chore just babysitting the little thing and trying to keep it from ramming into those larger galaxies. The music, though, is very well crafted, but don't expect to find anything that you'll be humming after you shut off the game. It's very atmospheric and very ambiance heavy, which works very well for a game like this taking place in space. But I would have liked something more like World of Goo, where I could have something to put on my iPod. This isn't really casual listening music, but I can see plenty of people getting stoned next to their fish tank while listening to this stuff. All things considered, the game is fun, but it's little more than a time waster, and to be honest, there are quite a few free Flash games on the internet that already do what this game does, and do it quite well. I really can't support paying too much money for this for that reason, but for what it is, it's still a pretty fun game that will give you a few minutes of entertainment and are pretty fun to play on those long car rides to get to Grandma's house during the weekend. So for this, I really can't fault it, and I will give it a respectable 6 galaxies out of 10. This has been Goombasa for the Overshield.com, and I'll see you all next time.